Welcome back to Alpha Insights. I'm Allison. We've got a weekend full of state policy twists to unpack, so stick with us. And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai.
And I'm Adam. Quick housekeeping. US markets were closed on Sunday and the last trading session was Friday, February 6th. So when we talk price action, think of this as heading into the long weekend. All right, let's jump in.
Big picture first. Policy risk is back front and center for cannabis investors. Over the weekend, we had a court decision in Arkansas that could let lawmakers unwind medical access. Plus, Florida moved to penalize open containers of cannabis in cars, and a couple other state stories that changed the tone around the sector.
Right, the Arkansas situation is the headline that's got people talking. The state Supreme Court published a ruling that applies retroactively, which opens the door for legislators to roll back parts of voter-approved medical programs. That kind of retroactivity is unusual and it creates real legal uncertainty for patients and local operators.
And when I say uncertainty, I mean everything from whether dispensaries keep the same license terms to whether patients still have reliable access. For investors, that can translate into lower local demand or a scramble over licenses until lawmakers or courts sort it out.
Exactly. So what to watch there? Look for emergency bills, quick legislative fixes, or new court challenges. Operators with Arkansas exposure will likely issue statements. Those are useful signals about how severe the impact could be.
Switching to Florida, lawmakers approved a bill over the weekend to punish open containers of cannabis in vehicles. Proponents framed it as a road safety move, but for medical card holders and retailers, it raises compliance headaches. Do you carry closed containers? How do retailers counsel patients? That sort of thing.
And it matters because Florida was one of the big adult use prize markets. But the ballot campaign for statewide legalization is behind on signatures, and the state Supreme Court declined to review the ballot text because support looked low. So the near-term path to adult use in Florida looks dimmer even as enforcement tightens.
Maine was on the other side of the weekend. The repeal effort didn't get enough valid signatures, so adult use continuity there is a relief for operators. That's a localized win, but it doesn't erase the other state-level noise.
And keep an eye on Pennsylvania. House Democrats publicly pushed the Senate to act, and the governor again tacked legalization language into the budget request. That keeps a potential upside catalyst alive, but it still needs Senate scheduling and negotiation. In short, it's possible, but not guaranteed.
So, what should investors be doing heading into next week? First, be ready for headline-driven volatility when markets reopen on Monday, February 9th. Policy headlines like these move sentiment quickly, especially for companies with concentrated state footprints.
Second, watch a couple of market signals. Flows into the advisor shares, pure US cannabis ETF are a good barometer for broad investor appetite, and listen to commentary from big operators like Trulieve, Curaleaf, Tilray Brands, and Green Thumb Industries. Their commentary on licensing and same-store trends will tell you if state risk is bleeding into fundamentals.
Third, tighten your risk controls if you're relying on near-term policy wins for returns. That can mean smaller position sizes, clearer stop rules, or hedges, depending on your strategy. Policy can change license economics overnight.
Totally. And a practical tip, if you own names with heavy exposure to one state, ask whether that exposure is something you can tolerate through legal churn. If not, consider trimming or diversifying into operators with multi-state diversification.
To wrap up, a quick recap. Arkansas introduces real legal uncertainty. Florida's enforcement and ballot prospects are mixed and lean restrictive. Maine is a local win, and Pennsylvania is a potential catalyst, but needs action. Watch ETF flows and operator commentary, and manage position sizes accordingly.
Good summary. Remember, markets were closed on Sunday and last traded Friday, February 6th, so expect these policy headlines to be the main mover when trading resumes Monday, February 9th. Keep your time horizon in mind and be selective.
Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. Head over to stockalpha.ai where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back with more Alpha Insights. Stay curious and stay disciplined.